What is up, you beautiful, happy hustlers out there? I hope you're having an amazing day. And I want to just break down how you can adapt, improvise, and overcome 2020 and how you can crush your goals in 2021. And they say so in the Marine Corps that adapting, improvising, and overcoming is legit one of the most effective strategies to overcoming any obstacle. So, we're going to get into how to overcome your obstacles in 2020 and how to move forward into 2021 so you can crush it. And I have 3 steps that you can crush your goals right here, right now, that you can think ahead and plan for 2021. So it's the best year that you've ever had. So if you're ready, buckle up, let's get it. The first step in identifying what really you want to crush it in 2021 is thinking about in 1 year, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to accomplish? Break down that process. You have to start with the end in mind. We have to think about, all right, guys, what is important in our lives? And there's a really famous personal development guru, named Stephen Covey, who has this amazing example. And he took a gallon mason jar and then he put big rocks into this jar. Then he asked his students in front of the class, okay, is this jar full? And many of them said yes. Then what he did was he took gravel, little rocks, and he put them on top of the big rocks and he shook the jar, and those little rocks just fit in around the big rocks. And then he asked his class, is this jar full? They said, yeah. Well, then he took out sand and he put sand on top of the little rocks, which were on top of the big rocks, and he shook the jar, and the sand fit in all around the big and little rocks. And then he asked this class, is this jar full? And they said, yeah, it is full. But one person said, probably not. And that person was correct, because then Mr. Covey took out water and he poured that water on top of those sand, on the little rocks and the big rocks, and then all of it fit. And the point is not to fill your life and your days with so much stuff that it's just overflowing from the top. The point is you need to understand what are the big rocks in your life and put those first, or else you'll never get them all in. Because he did this example also where he put sand at the bottom, then the little rocks, then the big rocks, and it doesn't all fit in the jar of life. So think about, what are those big rocks in your life? What are the projects that you want to accomplish in 2021? What are the, outcomes that if you look back, you are going to be stoked about? You are going to be very pumped with the satisfaction of achieving. So that's the first step. What do you want to achieve in the next 1 year, in the next 6 months, in the next 30 days, in the next week, in the next 24 hours? These are essential steps in planning, and all those goals should fit together. Your 1 year goal should be relative to your 6-month goal, should be relative to your 30-day goal, your 1 week goal, your next 24 hours. They should all build upon itself in each other. So that is the first step. You must set goals that combine your passion and your purpose, however, because you will lose motivation and it will be difficult to hold yourself accountable. So think about, what is your 2021 goals? Let's face it, guys, 2020 was a hell of a year. And a lot of things, that we did want to accomplish didn't get done because, the pandemic decimated a lot of plans. But with proper planning and with proper motivation, you will accomplish, you will improvise, you will adapt and evolve and overcome any adversity. So that is the first step. First and foremost, decide what you want to accomplish for this upcoming year and make it something that you're very motivated to actually accomplish so that you can persevere past the inevitable adversity which will strike. Now, another important element here is decide why you want to achieve it. And that is step number 2. List specifically why this goal is important to you. This is the fuel to your fire. This is understanding why you want something. Maybe your goal in 1 year is to write your book. Okay, great. Why do you want that goal? You want to share your message with the world? Awesome. That is a great goal. Now you know your why. Then you can have the fuel, but maybe even take it a step further. Maybe you want to really dive deep into why this goal is important to you now. This is the type of planning and the type of deep introspection that you need in order to really accomplish anything you set your mind to. So think about, what is that why behind that goal for you? And now the next step is, when and how do you want to achieve it? So think about an exact time frame, including the date that you want to achieve this goal. For 2021, think about your goals and when you want to achieve that goal. Okay? Work backwards. That reverse engineering the process is how you will be able to ensure that you don't skip steps and that you actually accomplish the goal at hand. So think about, when do you want to achieve the goal? Especially in 2021, think about the goal that you want to accomplish, set a date for it, okay? And then working backwards, you can break down, okay, maybe the goal is to write a book by December 25th next year. Okay, great. Well, where do you need to be 6 months from now? Where do you need to be 3 months from now, 1 month from now, 1 week from now, 24 hours from now, in that writing process? And that's very important to really break down that process. You have to reverse engineer your goals. You want to allow for some goal flexibility, because let's face it, life happens. You could have another pandemic hit, or something could transpire where it knocks you, out for a couple of weeks. However, it's very important to have this when and this how figured out for your goal. So those are the 3 steps to setting and achieving your goals. You really want to start by asking yourself the question, what do you want, right? Like, what is the number one goal for 2021? And how are you going to achieve that goal? Then you get into, why do you want that goal, right? This is an essential step, figuring out that fuel behind your fire. And then, how and when are you going to achieve it? That is how you can reverse engineer any goal that you want in your life, and figure out what are those big rocks that are going to move the needle. And then figure out what those little rocks are. Maybe the projects that support the big rocks. Maybe if we're using the book example, okay, you got little rocks, which would be a daily entry of your book of at least 10 pages. That's a little rock. The big rock is the book complete. Maybe another little rock to complete your book is hiring an editor. Okay, that's a little rock to complete the bigger rock task. Then you got the sand, which are the more reactive tasks, the more emails regarding, the back and forth hiring your editor, or the text messages with a book publisher, or the text or the phone call with a book agent. All of these things add up to your big rock, but making sure that you're accomplishing and prioritizing that big rock's projects first. That's how you can accomplish it. My good buddy Dave Ruel has this whole planner, which I wanted to bring out. It's the EFFIC planner, EFFIC.co. You can get this with code HAPPY, discounted, but that's how I'm accomplishing my big rocks, little rocks, and sand in the new year, using this planner, using a specific formula to actually accomplish my goals. And I want you guys to just start by asking yourself those 3 questions. Really, what do you want in 2021? Why do you want it? And how and when are you going to get it? And that's really it. You have to start by doing your research. First and foremost, study the industry and the goal that you want to, really accomplish a goal in. That's, priority numero uno, people. Let's talk about this. Research is essential. You want to know what is happening in that niche, in that industry. And then you can always find a mentor to expedite that learning curve to accomplish your goals. So think about in 2021, who could help you get your goals accomplished? Then decide on that definite date, right? And create that detailed plan of action, step by step, reverse engineering the process so you know exactly what you're going to accomplish. And then invent a morning ritual that helps you accomplish that big rocks first type mentality, right? So maybe you get up and you're writing your book right away. That's because you know if you get it done in the morning, then nothing else in your day is really going to be able to distract it, because that's the first thing you get done. And then find accountability within yourself or within others to hold you accountable to your deadlines. And that's how you can accomplish anything in 2021 and crush it. You got to get after it. No bullshit. Just commit and happy hustle your dream reality in 2021. And I hope that you got some value from this short but sweet episode. And I really do think that reverse engineering your goals is how you can accomplish anything in this life. So think about that. Think about what you want, why you want it, and how and when you're going to get it. And go out there and live a life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace and love.